because the world has normalized casual sex, that doesn't mean virginity has lost its value. Virginity is a valuable thing, was a valuable thing, and will forever be a valuable thing.
They say maybe wako anakulwa huko nje,
Hey.
then you will meet him later in life. That's what they say. As in, most of the people that I've met, that's what they tell me.
So the minute we decided to go the virginity way, I personally decided to feed myself with things that are going to encourage me in that direction, you know, not hang around with people who are against that wave that I've chosen. So it's more of, like they've said, it's something more that it's more of spiritual. So some of the knowledge we get can even come from the Bible itself, how it's meant to be in a covenant and how God appreciates it when it's in a covenant.
Hello, welcome to Tuko Talks. My name is Lynn Gogi. Now, virginity is not a topic many people openly talk about, but my guests today are free spirits. So without further ado, please allow me to let them introduce themselves. Hi guys.
Hi.
Yeah, please introduce yourself.
My name is Betty Cynthia. I'm taking law in Kenya School of Law, but I'm also a mental health activist.
Okay.
Yeah.
My name is Joseph Kiari.
Yeah.
I'm a student at Multimedia University, pursuing a course in film production and broadcast.
Okay.
Yeah.
My name is Viona Milanoi. I'm taking physiotherapy in JKUAT.
In JKUAT.
Yes.
And Miss Milanoi, I'll just start with you because I understand this topic is tricky and a lot of people fear, nikitoka niseme I'm a virgin, how will the society react to it?
Yeah.
Why virginity?
Virginity is something, it's a path I personally chose to tread on because I personally believe sex is just more than the physical. It's something very deep that you can only share with someone who you truly trust and you're truly comfortable with. You know, it's not just something about just having fun. Yeah, so that's personally why I chose that.
That's your choice.
Yeah.
And Carrie, you being a guy, especially at this day and age, many people will be looking at you and be like, he's a guy and he's out talking about such issues. Why openly talk about abstaining? And is it something you decided or you figured it out later on in life?
Okay, I can say that virginity is something that I decided later on in life. And I can say that virginity is something that is meant to be broken at the right time with the right person. It's something that is meant to be broken at the right time with the right person. So you have to be conscious because sex is something that was created by God and it's very spiritual. That's what I understand. Yeah.
You understand? And Betty, I know all of you guys here, you are 19. You are only 19 and you're out talking about, you know, abstaining and how sex should be done for a 19-year-old. Where do you get this knowledge from?
First and foremost, from the interactions that we get, you know, from the people that we choose to listen to. So the minute we decided to go the virginity way, I personally decided to feed myself with things that are going to encourage me in that direction, you know, not hang around with people who are against that wave that I've chosen. So it's more of, like they've said, it's something more that it's more of spiritual. So some of the knowledge we get can even come from the Bible itself, how it's meant to be in a covenant and how God appreciates it when it's in a covenant. And also, like I said, hanging around people who are for what we are and not for against what we decided to do.
But you're in campus and I know there's so much peer pressure, especially when you're in campus. How do you deal with peer pressure? And sometimes even when people say atinika vajo ebu onaaka, how do you even deal with that?
I can say every choice has a consequence, you know. And when I personally decided to go the virgin way, I knew that there will be those types of comments, but it's my choice. You know, it's a question of, this is the path I've decided to take. Whatever comes, whatever storms will come, this is still the path that I've taken. So it's more of understanding that it's my personal choice and the consequences that are going to come with that choice are going to affect me as a person. So the peer pressure, the words and everything, I just decide to focus on what I've chosen to do, you know, and not what other people are going to say, because everyone is going to have something to say about this specific topic.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, Carrie, I know when you say you are virgin, that means you've never had sex at all.
Yes.
According to you, when you say you want to enjoy it with the right person, who give us the description of this person?
Okay. So the right person
Eh,
is the Bible didn't specify the right age that you should be married.
yeah.
But according to our constitution, they say it should be 18 years.
So 18.
18 years.
Uh-huh.
So most of us at 18, you
Yeah.
are focusing on your studies. So at 18 years or below 18 years, your conscience should tell you that you should not focus on those things,
Yeah.
but you should be busy building your life.
Yeah.
So after building your life, that's when you start looking for the right person to marry. And that right person can only come from God.
Can come from God.
Yeah.
But for a guy, how easy or hard is this topic for you?
Okay, I can say this topic mostly for guys. It's not that hard because they are hardly recognized than girls.
Yes.
Like there are not
people don't-
physical
Yeah.
indications. Even when I get married,
Eh.
there is nothing physical that can show that
You've
I'm a
had
virgin
sex.
or I have had sex or
Yeah.
I have not.
Uh-huh.
But for a girl,
Yeah.
the virginity can show itself.
Yeah.
So for me, I take virginity.
When you say the virgin, when you say for a girl, the virginity can show itself, what do you mean?
I mean
Eh.
like the virginity can show itself. Like I don't want to get deep,
Eh.
but in the Bible, even the Bible says that it's a covenant, and God created virginity as a covenant. That's why there is shedding of blood.
Yeah.
So when blood comes out, that's a covenant. So that's how a girl virginity is broken, like a covenant. And the moment you break it, that's why most of the girls they cannot forget the first person they had sex with.
Yes.
Because when you have a covenant with that person, you will remain one with that person, and he will remain in you. So that
Interesting.
person,
Yes.
the characters, the curses, maybe the family curses, they are yours. Now you are one with that person.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fiona, it looks like you want to add into this. Looks like you want to add in this point.
Yeah, I totally agree with what he says, because even when you hear stories from other girls who have had sex before, you hear them say, I've heard it severally, but ule wa kwanza, and it's something like you can never forget.
Yes.
You always remember where, who, what time, you know. So I believe it actually emphasizes the thing that it's not something so soft, and it's something very deep.
Yeah.
You know, it's not something just a by the way. Yes.
Yes, and I know obviously the interaction you have with people, you don't get to decide I'll only chill with virgins. You get to mix up. Have people ever said something so negative about you when you're having these conversations that you're like, why did I even open up? I'm a virgin.
Personally, yes. I interacted with a friend, a male friend, and he told me that unasemanga tu hivyo, but with time you're going to lose track, you know. And that's a person who is very close to me. So when I opened up, I thought maybe he's going to support me or cheer me up, you know. But saying that, it really got to me to an extent that I just don't open it up. I don't open up about it to anyone.
You keep quiet.
Yeah.
Betty, when people say you don't know what you are missing, you know, when people say like you don't know what you're missing, sex is so sweet, how do you respond to that? And do you actually believe you're missing out on something?
No, I don't think I'm missing out on anything, and I don't even have the fear of missing out. Yes, I've had a lot of things, and the worst part of this, like Milanoy has said, when people predict your future for you and tell you you're only 19, goja ufike, this whatever age or
Uju
26,
Yes.
and seeing me in light of probably the million other people you have met, that's not right, because that's my choice. It's a choice that I've made. With everything constant, it's something that I have chosen. So when people tell me that, I will shed my light concerning what I believe in. We all have different beliefs, how we believe them, why we believe them, and they have also their beliefs and why they believe that virginity should be broken at 18 or even some at 13. They have their facts. So I have my facts. I back up my choice without fearing it and without feeling like it's something that is wrong, because virginity looks like the wrong thing in our generation. It's like the weird thing.
I like that point. It looks like it's the most weird thing,
It's something so not possible to achieve, or it's something that no one can sustain it. Like even when you make the choice, people are going to be like giving you facts and backtrack on so and so at this age, say that. So when people tell me certain things, because they're there every day, every day of my life, when I talk about it, like Milano said, at one point you just feel like, why talk about this? Because there's a stigma, there's a kind of stigma that will make you look like you are the outcast in the society because you've chosen this path or something. So when someone tells me, I will shed my light, I will shed my view, and I will tell you what I believe in. And how you take it, that's your problem. I've said my point.
You said.
Yeah.
I like that part. Kiadi, sasa when you are sitting down with your guys, ni maboys mmechila, hakuna maboys wanakuulizanga nini umegoja? Do they ask you such questions?
Yeah, mostly they ask. And a lot of times, like, there is that negativity. They will start telling you that you are maintaining yourself, yet you don't know the person that you'll meet or the person you will marry if she has done the same. So if I put it in a local language, they say maybe wako anakula huko nje, then you will meet him later in life. That's what they say. As in, most of the people that I've met, that's what they tell me. And that's always their argument, that you can maintain yourself, but you don't know the person who you will meet in life. Maybe she's doing the same. And so my argument for that is that you don't keep yourself pure to wait for marriage, because there are people who are married yet purity disturbing, and the Bible says that he who gets a wife gets a good thing. The Bible does not say he who gets a girlfriend gets a good thing. So that means, to me, I will be very biblical on this, because the Bible states this topic very clearly. Like, before you get married, there has to be that wifeness in you. You have to be a wife before you become a wife. Like, he who gets a wife material. So a wife is a person who restricts his chats, his interaction, the limit of interaction with the people of the opposite sex. So if you see a person messing up right now, sleeping with other girls, for me, I don't believe that person will change when he get married.
They'll still have the same behavior.
He will still have the same behavior.
Okay, yes. My dear, he said something very interesting. The fact that you are abstaining, how sure are you the person that you get to end up with will still be a virgin? And maybe when you're thinking about relationships, is virginity a key factor for you from the other person?
Okay, to add on what he has said, I'll say personally, I'm not doing this for the sake of the person I'll marry. I'm doing this for myself. So even if, for example, I get into marriage and maybe the other guy is not on the same page with me, I wouldn't feel like I lost anything, because I did it for me, I fought it for me. And virgin, okay, I don't know, but I think I think basically if I was to get into a relationship right now, the thing I'll consider is the mentality of this person. He might be a virgin or not, but what is the mentality of this person? What is his attitude towards purity and towards sexually interacting with other people?
So it's more about purity,
Yeah.
and the kind of person this person is.
Yeah.
Betty, let me ask you, sometimes the question that comes whenever someone says he's a virgin, people will be like, atuprovie yeye ni vaju, tutajuaje yeye ni vaju. Do you feel the need to justify I'm a virgin? And when people say tuprovie, what do you understand by that?
Like I've said it before, you know, virginity looks like the outcome is like it's the problem.
And
you know,
it's a big joke.
Yeah, like it's not something that is there. So these people who are saying proof for us are people who are seeing you in light of many other people that have not been able to maintain their virginity.
Yeah.
These people who are saying prove and show us are people I can say in denial that this is something that is very manageable, you know. And when I hear that, I don't have to prove my decision, you know, even if there was a measure for me to like attest or, you know, like do something for you to be able to prove this, I wouldn't still take it, you know, because this is my choice. I don't have to justify myself. I don't have to prove my decisions. And I will know that probably if you told me at one point, Betty, prove for us that this is true or not, my word is enough for you. I have chosen to stay pure. How you take it now is your problem. From my heart, God, myself, I know that I am talking my heart out and this is true to me. So I don't have to prove to anyone, you know. I don't have to show you that I'm not like the million other people that you've met. You know, I'm different, fine. How you take it, that's your problem. From the receiving, from the me who I'm talking about it, I'm genuine.
Let's talk about relationships here. If you're in a relationship, assuming you're in a relationship, and this person is not the abstaining type, is it like pressurizing for you? And how do you guys come to a conclusion? Me, I'm abstaining, we can't do this right now.
All right. Let's not assume, because I'm in a relationship.
Okay, she's in a relationship.
So it's you know, fine, he's in ministry, you know, church and whatever, but it's not even a question of ministry, because we all have feelings. Be a pope, be a bishop, be whatever, feelings are constant. You have feelings. So it's a question of how mentality, as she said, how are you taking the decision that I have chosen to take, you know, and this is my choice and this is something that I've decided to do. If you loved me enough, you'll respect that this is a path that I've treaded on, you know. And personally, I've talked to him about it, and you know, we have come to a conclusion or an understanding that this is something so dear to my heart. Just like probably you have your morals or a work or something that is so important to you, this is vital to me, you know, for the generations that I'm here to inspire, for that goal of being pure, getting married pure. If it's you I'm getting married to, getting into that covenant and breaking it the right way. This is something dear to my heart. And if he had not understood my decision and was so against it, probably I would have left by now. Because this is it gets difficult at a point, because you know, he knows this is my girlfriend, you know, and I love her.
And for you, I know sometimes the way you said it gets difficult, it can also get difficult for you. Have you ever been tempted to break your virginity at a specific point because of the pressure?
Temptations are there. I cannot say I am chuma, you know, like no. At one point I thought, you know, this is a guy I love, you know, if I'm told to pick, to like they're placed somewhere and I will told pick again, I will still pick this guy. So yes, I have felt tempted. Temptations are it's something that everyone will go through, but the choice you make after you have felt this temptation, you know, temptation is not the sin. Actualizing the temptation is the sin, because Jesus was tempted. You know, even Jesus was tempted, so we are all tempted.
Actualizing the temptation
exactly.
is the sin.
So temptations have been there many times, but the choice to not fall into this temptation has kept me through. You know, so I can't say that temptations have not been there. They have been there daily. Not even like when you walk and you're given a story by your friend, you know, nililala na huyu jana, and she goes further and explains everything. The flesh will want, but how willing is your spirit towards this goal that you've decided to take?
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen a lady and you are like, let me just throw everything away for this lady? Have you ever been tempted to that, you know, extent?
Okay. For me, first of all, to be clear, I'm not in a relationship. So I can say I've never been tempted to that extent with any girl, but there is that lust that you have to fight. Yeah.
Unaona anapita, you are like,
Yes.
guy. Yeah.
So the most important thing is to learn how to discipline your eyes. Learn how to discipline your eyes. And there is the outside virginity. For me, I say there is the physical virginity and there is the inside virginity. A person can be a virgin, yes, but you find this person is masturbating or watching pornography. For me, that person is not pure.
Yes.
So I think the church right now is so much judging people who are not virgin. Like they are so much into that physical virginity. Yet it's a rare discussed topic in the churches or organization.
Yes.
And again, they judge people according to the physical virginity. But there is another disaster that is facing our country right now about the inside virginity. That is masturbation
And pornography.
And all those things. Yeah.
Wow, I like what he said. He brought a very important point.
Yeah.
Is masturbation for you an option, or pornography?
For me, it's not an option, because basically what you see or what you feed yourself, with time it's going to influence the decisions you make. So for example, if you keep watching pornography and hanging out with friends who actually entertain pornography, to a point it makes you think, is it really a must? It's not. I can do what I want. I can go and have sex and do everything I see in these videos. So it's not a matter of do's and don'ts. It's a matter of your attitude. What do you want to achieve? If you want to achieve purity, what are the actions you're taking?
What are the action steps?
The friends you're involving yourself in, the environment you're in. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kerry, how important is it for parents to talk, about sex with their children?
For me, I can say how you bring up a child determines a lot. Like how you teach a child from your actions, from not just talking. There are parents who will come and tell their children, don't do this.
Yes.
But at the end of the day, they are doing the opposite. So you'll find this child when he goes out there, hata pelo wangu huwa anafanya hivi na I see her with mpango wa kando. So for me, I think it's the right thing. So for parents, I can say there is that most for me, I can say most of the parents, I think they are let's say ashamed of talking about that topic.
Yes.
And for me, what has sustained me is because my mom has really taught us about that openly. And
you guys, you have a conversation.
We always have a conversation about how you can stay in campus.
Yes.
Like the dangers that comes with it, and the importance that comes with it. So I can say it's very important for a parent to look for ways on how they can educate their children as young as possible. Because right now, where our country is, it's no longer about the age. Like you can find small children and they already know, because mostly I can judge the media. The media is so open. It's like you find a very small child, a child who mwenye ameingia like class 1 and he already knows everything.
Anajua packaging.
He knows everything. He has listened to those songs. Like when he sings those vulgar songs, she know what she's saying or he's saying. So I can for parents, I can say this a topic that most children understand. Like most children know this thing from a very young age due to mostly the media and that influence. So it's very important for a parent to take that responsibility and educate their children before the world overtakes them and educates in their own way.
In their own way. Yes. How do you deal with peer pressure?
Personally, how I deal with peer pressure is I have surrounded myself with friends, a few friends who share the same values with me. For example, it's very hard for you to say, me, I'll only have Christian friends, I'll only have friends who have a certain value, but it's okay, as in it's very hard for you to sometimes unajipata tu in an environment where you are with people who don't share the same values and with you. And if you stay in that environment for long, you'll find yourself adapting their values and adapting their way of thinking. But if you surround yourself, or if you have a community, so to say, of friends who have the same values as you, once in a while they just remind you, no, Viona, remember, this is not what you believe in, what you believe. Yes, this is who you are. And they keep on insisting, and they keep on holding your hand. So even, for example, in case of, let's say, you're tempted to do something which is not right according to your own values, you have someone to lean on. So how I handle peer pressure is having friends or a community or an anchor where I can run to when, let's say, the world has like pushed me and pestered me. Yes.
Okay, talk to that young person who is in campus and they feel pressured to break their virginity before time is right.
What will I tell someone who is going through those pressures is know yourself. It all gets back to our question of, do you know yourself? Do you know why you're doing this? Do you know 10 years to come whether this will count? So understand that you're meant for something so great, and there are certain factors that can be so against your destiny. And the one thing that people don't understand is premature sex, or before sex before marriage, is one of the factors that can greatly affect your destiny, because it's more of spiritual than physical. We only know the physical part. There is so much spirits connected to it, and it can be a huge factor affecting your destiny. So many people are time bombs, because these things that affect the spirit are not things that we should joke with. So know yourself. You're in campus, yes, and there are so many pressures that will surround you, but the fact that you know yourself, you understand who you are, what you're called for, and how great you'll be in years, is something that should push you through. And also surround yourself with people who are going to share this goal and not discourage you.
Wow. Yeah, amazing. Carrie, for that young man who is watching you, and they will never admit they are virgins, because me, I'm a man. These are not topics I should be talking about. What would you like to tell any young man watching you?
Okay, for any young man watching me, in the beginning of the world, the way it is believed, God created the earth, and there is that story of Adam and Eve. So God, in the Garden of Eden, praised a tree, and for me it symbolizes that God gave us a very strong power of making decision, because He told Adam and Eve, don't eat from that tree. He didn't cut off the tree and told them that there was a tree there, but I saw if you eat from that tree, something bad may happen. So God gave us all the right to make decision. And the decisions you make right now will affect your future, because in my life I've encountered many friends, many boys friends, and when their girlfriend or the person they have had sex with open up to them that I'm pregnant, the first thing that comes into their mind is that you will abort that child or something like that. So I can tell anyone there that abortion doesn't make your child dead, but it makes you a father or a mother to a dead child. So that's the entire truth. And right now in Kenya, I think in 1 year we record like 500,000 cases of abortion. That is 1 year, and that's a lot of number, and that's a lot of bloodshed for our country. So I urge anyone there that know what you decide and make the right decision, because this decision will affect your later life. Because there is that guilty that will come later in life, that you killed a soul somewhere, and even to God himself, he knows that there is something that you did.
Okay, Viona, I want you to talk to anyone who is watching you and they don't know how fast virginity, why it's important, and secondly, talk to anyone who thinks that virginity is a big joke.
First of all, I'll repeat in very few words what I said in the during the first things I said, and I said that virginity, it's very important because, like my friends here have said, it's something very spiritual. It's something very spiritual, and it's something not to be joked about.
Yes.
And virginity is it's not something, because the world has normalized casual sex.
Yes.
That doesn't mean virginity has lost its value. Virginity is a valuable thing, was a valuable thing, and will forever be a valuable thing. And something I'll say to my fellow girls who are afraid or would like to consider this path, who haven't had sex before and would like to maintain that, I'll say remember that girl you were when you were little, the image you had in your mind of a very pure girl, a very independent girl, and fight for that girl. Keep that girl until maybe your marriage day, when the day you're going to get married, and you'll remember, oh, this is who I wanted to be, and I've become who I wanted to be.
Wow.
It's not something easy. Trust me, it's not something easy, but we always depend on the grace of God to carry us through. Yeah, that at the end of it all, at the end of the race, we are going to look back and see not a life with no regrets, not a life with no mistakes, but a life that was lived the pure way, and a life that was lived with the maximum effort and maximum intention to do it the right way. So it's a journey that it's not easy. There are so many guys who are going to try and discourage you, and they're going to try and get you away from that path, but it's also a path that it's very worth taking, and it's a journey that is very worth embarking on,
and it's very rewarding.
It's very rewarding
at the end of the day.
Trust me, it is.
All right, guys, thank you so much for coming. Yes, and for anyone who is watching, you've heard it. You know, it's not an easy journey, but it's a rewarding journey. My name is Lynn Gugi. Let me know if you enjoyed this conversation and what other topics you would like us to discuss. Till next time, bye-bye.